Hello traders and welcome back to my YouTube channel IPDATrader. Now in today's video we are going to be talking about trading psychology once again, right? I did a poll the other day in the YouTube community tab, and it does seem like people are still struggling with psychology, which I completely understand because it is indeed the hardest bit of the game, right? So I prepared a little bit of a presentation. Once again, I don't have anything scripted. We're just simply going to be going over some stuff, talking about trading psychology, how do we put ourselves in the best positions to succeed, things like that. And yeah, I'm hoping with this video I can potentially put you in the right mindset when it comes to trading these markets. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Now, with all that being said, guys, if this sounds something that you want to learn today, make sure you stick to the entire presentation because once again, I'm going to be trying my best to arm you with the best information when it comes to trading these reckless markets. So with that being said, let's get started with today's video. All right, everybody. So as we said before, once again, we have a presentation over here that I put together in a couple minutes. And once again, it's nothing too fancy. We're just simply going to be talking about some stuff, right, that I think is relevant when it comes to trading psychology. So without any further ado, we're going to get started over here, right? So once again, when you first come into the game, right, everyone will try to make you think that trading is something that is very easy to do. Anyone can do it. You can make unlimited amounts of money every month just by using your phone and trading these markets, right? And this is a very, very harmful way of you being actually introduced into the markets, right? So based on statistics, the majority of traders nowadays are introduced to the markets via social media, right? I spoke about this in a previous video, but this is very important to understand because what you will see on social media is you will see, 20 to 30 traders that are trading on their phone while driving their Lambos. They will show you an MT4, MT5 app on their phone. They're in some positions, it's in huge profit. They're driving their Lambos. They're telling you how easy it is and how you can start doing the same thing tomorrow, right? So bear with me here. We're going to be continue talking about some stuff and we'll get back to this in a bit, right? But for now, understand that majority of traders come to the markets and they have false expectations of what they're actually gonna be getting when they're actually trading live funds in the market, right? That you will see traders on social media sitting on the beach, they drink a cocktail, whatever it may be, showing you once again how easy it is for everyone to succeed in the market. The traders on social media will tell you follow this XYZ method, whatever it may be, and you will start making $10,000 a month tomorrow. Invest in this algo, it will multiply your money every month. Just watch your money grow, right? Those are things that are very common in the social media space when it comes to trading, and this is unfortunately hurting the average retail trader because what they thinking to themselves is, hey, this is awesome. I just have to follow this X method and I will be making that amount of money. I just have to put my money into this algorithm that's simply going to multiply my money without doing much. I just have to sit on my phone or on the beach, trade these markets, and I will be a millionaire in a month, right? That's not what you want to do when it comes to trading. Trading is nothing like that. It's actually the complete opposite, right? So let's actually take a step back. Let's look at the reality of trading, right? And these are actual stats. This is the reality of it. Okay, so I'd say 90 to 95% of traders, depending on the platform and what they're actually trading, will fail in the markets, right? Meaning they will lose money when you add all up in terms of their deposits, their profits, their losses. It will be most of the times in a negative balance for the average trader, right? You see over here that 90 to 95% of people will lose. only 5 to 10% of people will actually make some sort of money. This is what you have to fight with. Yes, if you're still interested in learning how to trade, you have to be aware of this. The probability of you making $1 is unfortunately stacked against you. Okay, so knowing that bit of information, it should be pretty obvious that you must do something different to what the majority of people do, right? So we're now going to be talking about how do we arm ourselves properly? How do we become a winning trader? What do we have to do? Right? And once again, this is no formula over here. What I'm going to be presenting you, no X strategy. You have to follow X method. I'm just giving you the overall ideas. You will have to implement that information and apply to what you think is best for you, right? So with that being said, let's move on, right? So I'm sorry to say, majority of you watching this video will fail, right? And once again, let's talk about why do traders fail, right? Before we get into how do we actually win. So lack of preparation, right? Lack of education, playing above their limits. Because obviously, if you're trading $100 account, right, you're not sitting in your screen for 3 hours to try and make $5, right? You want to make $100 that day too. You want to double your account, triple, and things like that, right? And that's not a realistic goal and not something that's long-term sustainable. You cannot be trying to multiply your account by 100 every single day in the markets, because remember, the guy that can make 100% return in a day can also lose 100% in a day. So keep those ideas in mind, right? Poor bankroll management, not being able to understand how do we manage risk, how do we control, when do we stop, what are things that should make you stop trading for the day once you've reached a certain limit, right? And this once again boils down to the idea that you have a $100 account and that losing 2%, which once again is $2, you're not really feeling much, right? You want to continue trading. You say to yourself, hey, I have to keep going. I will make it back, things like that. When in reality, you have to be able to look at your money in your trading account in percentages, right? You don't have to worry about the amount because the amount does not determine the difficulty, right? The market is going to do whatever it's going to do, regardless if you're hammering in 100 lot, a 50 lot, or a 0.01 lot, right? The market is going to do whatever it's going to do. The market does not care about your lot size, account size, anything of that sort, right? Lack of discipline and understanding of the industry. Because if you would understand the industry, you would understand that everything is basically here to take your money and make you fail, right? So essentially, that's a little bit of what I wanted to talk about in terms of this slide, right? The industry is designed for you to fail. Everything is set up in a way that will make the average retail trader at home lose money. So now that we have this valuable information, how do we become a winning trader? What are things that we need to consider when trying and really going through the journey of becoming someone who actually consistently takes $1 out of the market? Well, once again, it's very straightforward when you really simplify it, but it really comes down to, trading is a skill. It's like any other skill. It would require time, effort, money invested. You're not going to be profitable next month. You're not going to be profitable in the next 5 months. In the next year, you may never become profitable, right? There's no guarantees here, but what you can do is you can put yourself in the best position to actually try and be profitable, okay? So how do we do that? What do we do? Well, you have to arm yourself with the right tools in terms of understanding your technical and psychology approach to the markets, right? What are things that I look at in terms of understanding when I take a trade, things like that, right? And for that, once again, you want to have a very well-defined trading plan, which should contain how much you're allowed to lose in a given day, how do you execute trades, what time frames you work with, what pairs do you trade, what sessions you focus on, all right? Just to name a few. If you don't have a trading plan and you're coming into the markets expecting for some magical reason that you're gonna be winning today, or just point blank gambling, then you might as well just quit, because there's no point in thinking that you're going to be consistently winning by gambling and not really knowing what you do. Consistent and profitable traders take the bits and pieces, get in, do what they need to do, get out. Do not worry about what everyone else is doing. Just focus on you and yourself, right? So once again, arming yourself with the proper tools is 80% of the battle. Knowing how you want to trade, when you trade, what you trade, how you trade, all these things are ideas that should be in your head and you should have complete answered for yourself before you even look at executing a position, right? Let's continue over here. Once again, focus on you. Do what you think is best for you, right? This is so important, please. Once again, and not even me, okay? Do not take anything that I say as the 100% truth. Do your research, do your back testing, and if you actually think that's an information that's going to help you, then apply it. But don't blindly do that, right? You have to focus on you. There is 1,000 way of trading these markets, right? And you don't have to follow somebody in specifically. You have to create your own approach that's unique and tailored to you. That's an important thing that you have to remember when it comes to trading these markets, right? Every time I execute a trade, I'm honestly not thinking that anyone else is seeing the same opportunity I'm seeing, because trading for me is something unique. It's something that works for me and that I see as an opportunity. Doesn't mean the next person is going to see the same price action as an opportunity, right? That's what you have to understand. So don't confuse yourself with the idea that, as an example, trading support and resistance does not work because everybody knows it, right? It's not about the technical concept that you use, it's about how you apply it. Please get that idea through your head. You can be profitable trading indicators, you can be profitable trading retail, you can be profitable trading smart money concepts, right? And I'm not saying that what I do is the best method. I'm not saying that what I do is the worst method. I'm just here like you, trying to make a dollar in the market, okay? So get those ideas straight and understand them very well. They will definitely help you when it comes to trading the markets. Take bits and pieces from people that you think know what they're doing, right? And make it your own, right? Do not copy the next trader because that trader made 10K last month. You don't know exactly what they do when they're a little bit more aggressive, when they're a little bit more conservative in terms of their risk. You don't know the full story. Just take bits and pieces from that trader that you think is good for you and apply it to your framework, to your way, to the way you see the markets, right? Because you don't just don't forget that trading is an art. It's subjective, right? There is no real right or wrong way to read a market. It's what you think of it and how you're gonna be executing based on your assumptions. So I really do hope this slide provided you some information. I think it's quite good in terms of things that you can take away. So the last piece of advice that I want to leave you guys with is the fact that you have to understand yourself, right? And this is something that you will slowly grasp and deal with as you trade the markets more and more. But this is the key, right? Understanding yourself, right? What are things that make me overtrade? If you're struggling with this, you really have to sit back and um, be honest with yourself and go through why things are happening, right? Why can I stick to my plan, right? This is so important. Many traders have profitable plans when it comes to trading the markets, but the vast majority of them are just not able to follow that precisely, because obviously the market is always going to be doing shit you don't want to see and you don't like, but that's just part of the game, right? Why am I over leveraging? once again, boils probably down to the fact that you have a $500 account and making 3% in a day is not much money, right? But eventually, if you keep trading and progressing, you will have a 15K account, and now making 2% is something more significant for you, right? And something you can appreciate a little bit more. But if you're not able to grind these smaller lots, you will never get to the bigger lots. And well, this is not necessarily big, but you know, something more significantly when it comes to trading the markets, right? You have to go through the process. Don't focus on, oh, I'm gonna do these funding challenges and I'm gonna have 500 accounts. I'm gonna have 1 million under my name to trade, right? I mean, you could do that, but please understand that if you cannot trade your $500 account, you cannot trade $1 million, because as we said before, the market does not care if you're trading a 1 lot, a 100 lot, or a 50 lot, right? The market is gonna do whatever it's gonna do. So get those ideas straight, and once again, focus on the grind. Focus on that slow build that's gonna give you long-term success, right? And once again, you have to avoid these mistakes over here. And if you're suffering with them, it's not a bad thing as long as you're able to recognize those and fix them, right? Very, very important. Now, the question you should be asking yourself, am I really enjoying trading, or am I here just looking to make that quick buck, quick flip, whatever it may be, right? You have to really enjoy the idea that you don't know if you're gonna win in a particular day or not. All you know is that you have to make the best decisions to put your money in the best position to win, right? That's all your focus should be on. You should not be focusing on, oh, I lost yesterday, I'm looking at my P&L, I'm down for the week, how do I make that back? No, focus on how am I going to be able to execute my plan as precise as possible, right? What are my strengths as a trader, right? Am I comfortable holding for hours? Am I comfortable getting in and getting out in 2 minutes, right? Those are things you have to understand with yourself, and you have to sort of be at peace with, right? If you're the type of guy that's very impatient, it's very impulsive, you may not be tailored to swing in the market. Stop doing it. If you feel nervous when, as an example, your position been running for an hour and now it's in a little bit of a drawdown and you're getting stressed and you don't know if you should close, should I leave, should I leave it open, whatever it may be, just focus on your strength. If you know that you can consistently take 20 pips off the market, then do that. You don't need to do what everybody else is doing. If everyone else is doing you to focus on getting a 1 to 20, well, that's great for them, but that's not you. You focus on yourself and what you think is correct for you. And these are essentially the things that I wanted to talk about in terms of trading. And once again, I'm not trying to knock anyone out. I'm just giving you the honest truth, right? Because as you guys know, I do run a mentorship, and members over there know, but I never sugarcoat anything. This is very hard. This will take you an amount of time and a huge amount of time, effort, and money invested. And this is something that's not a guarantee you're gonna succeed, right? So if there's anyone out there selling you this idea that just read this book, next week you're gonna be an awesome trader, please run far away from that person. They probably do not have the best genuine intentions. So the golden nugget, right? Everyone is always looking for what is this magical document information that I need. And I'm telling you right here, right now, that the best thing you can do is to prioritize what you think is good for you, right? No mentor, no friend, no other trader should be able to tell you how you want to do things, right? Yes, you can learn from other people, and I'm 100% agree with that, but you should not be blindly following anyone. You should be using their information, once again, only if you think they're good for you, and applying that to the way that you read and see the markets, right? You need to be able to filter useless, irrelevant information. Very important. There's plenty of it out there. So be able to filter irrelevant and useless information. Once again, and lastly over here, let's get this straight. The journey will be longer than you think. It will cost you more than you expect, and it will be filled with ups and downs, right? One week you're gonna feel that you're the trading genius and you've won every single trade and you're the god of trading. And the next week, what happens? Well, the market is now a little bit more in a consolidation phase. It's not really moving much, and now you've blown your account because you last week you had phenomenal trades and you were the best trader, and now um the following week the market has changed a bit because the market is always changing, and now you blow your account because you don't have risk management, you don't have emotional control, and essentially you have to start from scratch once again. So please, let me tell you this before we finish this presentation. A huge how do I put this? So trading is a battle, right? Every time you come into the markets, you have to understand that you're coming to war. Everybody else is trying to take the money from your account and put it into their account, right? Get that straight first. Now that we understand that, right? um, if you're able to control your risk management, and once again, this is not something that's difficult to do, right? As an example, if you allow yourself to lose 2% in a given day, once you reach that, and I don't care if that happened within the first minute of your session, the first hour, the first 2 hours, I don't care. Whenever that limit is reached, you have to stop. You have to click the X button on your platform and you have to leave, because the market essentially has won today. You have to be able to see why you lost that day, use that information to your advantage, and come back the next day and try to do it better, right? Do not go in over trading thinking that you're going to show the market how good you are, because what you're going to end up doing is crying after you've blown your account and you realize what you've done. Because once again, when you're actually over trading and over leveraging, you're not thinking properly, right? You're not thinking about what you're doing. You're just in a emotional state where you're trying to have an ego and tell the market that you're better than the market. So whenever that is off and you've now blown your account, you will realize what you've done, and it will be very painful. And I'm speaking from experience. I've blown accounts in the past. It's a process that I'd say the vast majority of traders will eventually go through. So if you're able to control your risk management, and then you have a very low probability of actually blowing your account, which is what you want to avoid. So I think this is good. I think I covered most of the things that I wanted to say. So, that's it. I hope everybody enjoyed a little bit of it. Once again, feel free to provide me feedback in the comment section below. I will be gladly going through that. If you actually have video suggestions, once again, I can also review that and we can work on that together. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I tried my best. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Take care, everybody.